Hey, it's the next day. I did get called into work today, so I didn't get much time to work on the rear suspension of the Spark. Unfortunately, it is now 7 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's going to be rushed. I will still get everything that I can, though, so that way you guys know how to do it if you should choose to do it on your Spark. Let's get at it. Alright, first things first, you're going to have to lift and support the vehicle, obviously. Do it with jack stands. Don't be stupid, you're going to get yourself hurt. In my particular case, I'm going to have to remove my sound system, because to take the nut off the shocks, you got to get behind this panel. So I'll do that and be right back. Alright, to get to the top of the shock, maybe, there we go. If it'll focus, it's not going to focus. Anyway, yeah, there we go. This is the trim panel on the inside. You got to take the carpet out, and then there are 3 little clips. They're there and up here. Those just pry out with a screwdriver, and then you can peel this back. It tucks in behind all of this back here and under the seat, so you're not going to be able to remove the whole panel without tearing half the car apart, but you can fold it out of the way. So I'll do that, and when I get it folded out of the way, I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so I've got that folded out of the way. I left the light in there just because it helps to illuminate it on the side. The other side I'll get a flashlight or something. But this black cap right here, you screw it under there and go pop. And that's it. That's the top of the shock. You get this nut off here. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and I'll lower this cross beam. So here's the shock spring. It's got a cross beam that goes across the other side to the other shock and spring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my jack to hold that, take both shocks loose and lower it down, and it should come out of the way. Okay, I don't know if you can see in there or not. Let me grab my flashlight maybe. Yeah, there we go. There's going to be a stack of stuff when you get the nut off of here. If you just grab this little silver piece, cup it, pull up, everything will stay the way it needs to be. There are a few different things here. That's the orientation. Rubber on the metal, metal on the rubber. I'll just set that off to the side stacked up so I remember how they go. Also, the lower shock mount, it's got a nut built into one side and then just a bolt. 14mm bolt, just hit that with an impact, it'll come right out. Okay, once you get both the shocks undone and you lower it with the jack, as long as you got your car jacked up high enough on the jack stands already, the original springs will literally fall out. I didn't touch that. Kind of hard to see, but you can see this one's already out of the perch. Just boop. Done. Now it's time for either your replacement parts, or in my case, your coilovers. I'll see you when I get the ride height set. Alright. There's the stock spring on the left, coilover spring on the right. That's quite a bit of a drop, and I've got it as tall as it can go safely. So we're looking at 11 3/4. Just under 9.5. So it's going to be 2.5-inch drop, which on the front, if you remember, we set them for about 2 inches. There's still a lot of gap left. I'm going to lower it another 1/2 inch, and that'll make the car sit evenly, hopefully. See you in a few. When it comes to the shocks, you are going to need to take something off of the original and put it in this cup here. Just out of curiosity, let's take a measurement here. So we're looking at 23 3/8. And like I said, you take this piece and you just swap it over. Trying to do this one-handed sucks. You get out of here. Alright. Let's take a measurement of the coilover shock. That is 21. So I'll have to lower that just a little bit. Alright, it's getting dark, but I'm almost done. Get that light on this one side to stay on because it's easier to show you guys. I'm looking for this. This is the damper adjustment. Remember me saying that the ones I ordered were supposed to be non-adjustable and I got adjustable ones? I'm not going to complain. I'm going to use them. You slide it in, make sure it's kind of found its home, and you screw the collar down, and there it is. This disc, the metal disc, will fight you about sitting into its home. I had to take this nut loose 2 or 3 times to get everything lined up right on both sides, but I got it. So let's get this thing on the ground and see what she looks like. Alright guys, I know this is the last thing you wanted to hear right at this point, but it is so dark outside my camera just won't pick it up. So tomorrow I'll do it on my alignment rack, and I'll get the ride height set, get camber adjustments, toe adjustments, all that taken care of. And then I will do a little bit of what I guess the professional YouTubers call B-roll. I'll give you an overall look of the car. Anyway, see you tomorrow. She's getting her first real detail in 6 years. A buddy of mine, Shane Davis, is going to be doing it, and he's going to walk me through the process. I'm going to get you guys a before and after. You can see how fucking nasty this thing is, and yes, I expect lectures from every one of you and Shane. All this shit on there. I got to put my speaker grill back on. We were tuning the system a little bit. All this shit in my paint. And after he's done, he's going to do a little bit of explaining of why this is important, what you can do, what I should do after it's done. And after it's done, I'm going to go do a photo shoot with this thing and get you guys an after of my coilover installation. Oh, a little sneaky peek there. See you soon. Adriana, these vinyls are absolutely amazing. However, as we were afraid, they are getting a little small, breaking off, so sorry. Gotta cut them off. I'll have to hit you up for some bigger ones. Boom. See ya. Lays have been good, but your stickers are kind of shitty now.
Been waiting endless nights to get that call. Hung up on you. I wonder, do you ever think of me too? I'm stuck on you. Been waiting endless nights to get that call. Hung up on you. I wonder, do you ever think of me too? I'm stuck on you.
Hey, I got my buddy out here, Shane Davis. He's a detailer. He's the one who just did the Spark. Brought him out today to kind of give you guys a once over about who he is, why he does this, and what sets him apart. All right, Shane preferred not to be on camera, so I'm going to let you guys view the two cars, and I'm just going to ask some questions behind the camera. Shane, why do you get into detailing?
I got into detailing because I have a strange passion for taking things that aren't so perfect and making them closer to perfect. I mean, with each job, I don't necessarily achieve perfection, of course, because I don't necessarily mess with paint.
Right on.
I don't paint cars, but the correction of the paint, removing the swirls and scratches and minor imperfections. By the time I get done, it's a lot harder to find those imperfections within the vehicle's paint and the interior as well. Like when you have stains that have been on your floor or your A-pillar, your headliner for years that you couldn't get out with anything you would get from O'Reilly's, or I get people that have cleaned their cars, and those are the jobs I do prefer. The people that clean their cars and do the best job that they can, then come see me. It makes my job a lot more translucent or transparent, you could say, because I can see what I have to do. When people bring me their cars and they're full of trash and like the last 6 months of just realistically bullshit, it's harder for me to see what exactly the job's going to be like, so those people are going to pay a little bit more when they bring their car in like that. But to get back to the point, it's just a passion that I have for taking something that looks like that, and making it look like it should be on a showroom floor or a car lot, at least, a used car lot. It's nice and shiny, it's all back to brand new. The black trim is back to black. The plastics and vinyls are back to their original colors. They're not so sun faded. It just makes the car look so much nicer. Headlights being polished. I could go on for hours on this stuff just because each and every part of this is specific. It's in the name. Detail.
Yeah.
Detailing. That's literally in the name.
He said the black trim being back to black. This plastic piece under my wipers. The sun's on it. It looked like the asphalt when he got it. All gray and almost white. Nasty. Shane, next question I got for you is what products do you use? What would, like, how does your detailing?
Well, at this point, I've got chemical guys in my back pocket when it comes to what I use, because that's just my go-to. Pretty much you can go in their store and find just about anything you want for your job. Specifically, like if you just want to get the swirls and scratches out and they're really minor and minute, they've got something for that. You know, if you just got this small job. But if you're a guy like me who needs to detail, you know, many different types of jobs that come through, from minor scratches, major scratches, to oxidized clear coat, to fading, you name it, they've got it. They've just got it there. So I haven't found anything else local enough that has reliable products like they do. Their ceramic coats are fantastic that I've used. The Carbon Force is probably the best thing I've ever put on my car.
Really?
It's like, it looks clean on a camera, but I promise you that is filthy right now, and it only looks like that because of the ceramic coating that's on it.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome stuff. Even down to their stain remover. I've had,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody watching this wants to go cruise my Facebook, there's a couple of photos of a Toyota T100's floor mats, and it literally looks like the front of Lightning Fast, the actual thing that they have on display at Chemical Guys on the front of their little bottle of Lightning Fast, right
Really?
below, right behind the insignia where it says Lightning Fast. It has a dirty ass carpet on one side, and the other side is crystal clean. It's just beautiful. That's literally what it did. So I really can't ask for better, you know.
Right.
So I mean, of course, they're not the end-all be-all when it comes to detailing. There are other companies out there that I'm sure have great products as well. I haven't tried them, but I can definitely put a good word out for those guys. They've got some great stuff. And of course, that's not all you need to detail. That's just one part. The other part is the equipment you need, like steamers, extractors, all the rags and microfibers that you actually go through and waste on every job, because there are some stuff that you're not going to get back.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just wash them out.
Yeah. Every job you have to do.
Yeah, pretty typically, yeah. Pretty typically.
I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's a couple little dribbles here. I went to go put gas in my car this morning, and I don't know who's experienced this, but the fuel pump puked all over the side of my car. Shane, what can I do about that?
At this point, if your car is treated with wax like we did yours, it's not that big of a deal. You literally just wipe it off. You could use water if you'd like. It's really not that big of a deal. But if you don't have treated paint, if you just have bare clear coat, the issue is that gasoline is actually going to absorb into your clear, and after that, it's going to cause fading and oxidation at an extremely rapid rate compared to one who hasn't had gasoline spilled on it. So your main focus is to get the gas off the car as fast as possible. In my experience, I've even used my pant leg, because I would rather have it absorb into my jeans or my whatever the hell I'm wearing than my clear coat, because my jeans are a lot cheaper than re-clearing a car.
That's for sure.
You know,
all right.
Gas will wash out of jeans, gas will wash out of a shirt. Don't just rip a paper towel off of the windshield wiper paper towel rack and you know, rub your car down. That's the worst thing. You could just keep a microfiber in your car, just a singular one for that specific purpose. A tip for getting gas without spilling gas all over down your car is when you have the nozzle inside your car, put your gas cap right here, take the nozzle out, and just follow the tip until you get a safe distance away, and then just put your gas cap back on and go about your business. Because I know a lot of times when I'm getting gas will dribble out the nozzle of that because you want to round it off the nearest dollar, and what you're doing is filling up the neck. Well, don't get gas on your car. So little Little quick tip. It's what I do it every time. You might have seen me do it. Who knows?
I think I have seen you do it in the past. So, past couple of days, we've washed and waxed and did the whole 9 yards on this thing, and I don't know if the camera can pick it up or not, but there's so much pollen on this. My trees are having sex on my car, and I'm not really happy about it. And my hair. Look, there's one of my hairs right there. Since we did wax this, can I just grab microfiber and wipe her down, or is there something more I should do with that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Do not just grab microfiber and wipe your car down. Of course, it's got the layer of protection, the wax. It's even on the windows, on the outside. Pro tip, you wax the inside of your windows won't fog up as bad or as often. So if you do have an issue with foggy windows, no joke, go grab some butter wet wax from Chemical Guys, slap it on a microfiber applicator, wax the inside of your windows. You'll have a lot less issues. But back to the point, the pollen, if you just go to wipe it down, it's just going to scratch your stuff up. That's all it's going to do. It's going to put micro scratches and swirls back onto your car.
Gotcha.
So what you want to do is either get a waterless wash or wash with water, oddly enough. You really, with your wax just being done, you might just have to rinse it off and then dry it off.
Okay.
And then that could be it. Obviously, it could be one step with the waterless wax or waterless wash.
Okay.
And it would be really easy. So a lot of people do that to keep their cars looking good. I typically keep some on me, but I didn't throw my go bag in my car.
That's alright. I was thinking about hitting the dog wash for me tonight anyway. So Shane, you mentioned the interior detailer that you did. I do have some dust starting up on the dash up there. You use a product called, what was it, VRP?
Yeah, VRP, it's short for vinyl, rubber, and plastic. Long story short, it's the finish that you appreciate the most. Me personally, I like it when my plastics are shiny. I don't know, but I like shiny things, whatever it is. When it comes to like blacks, plastics, chromes, I believe it needs to have that nice new sheen when it comes to this stuff right here. It's nicer that way versus a drab or just a clean look, if you would. But the VRP gives a very subtle shine without it being blinding, and it also doesn't crack your dash like Armor All will. Armor All is oil based, absorbs into your dash, which is good but bad at the same time, because when it does evaporate out of your dash, it takes more than just the moisture that it added. It dries your dash out even more. So if you don't stay up on it with the Armor All, you can literally ruin your dashboard because the oxidation that happens will be between the heat of the sun inside your car, and of course, as you can see right there, the sun's just beating down on your dash. There's no breaks, there's no gives. And if you park under a tree, you've got the risk of like tree sap and you know, pollen and all this other stuff. So it's push comes to shove. When it comes to dusting your dash, the finish will stay there for a while. I'd say it lasts about, I'd say 30 days. 2 weeks if you're on a really dusty surface. You just wipe it down again, and that's all it is. It's super, super easy. Okay.
That actually covered my extra question was, now if there's dust on there, I just wipe it off?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can just wipe it off.
Cool.
Get you some VRP, wipe it down about every 2 weeks or 4 weeks, depending upon your level of OCD.
Okay.
And go for it. But it's pretty much, it goes on anything vinyl, rubber, or plastic. It's in the name.
All right. The passenger front door.
Also, only on the inside. That is
only on the inside. Okay.
It is a water-based, so if it does rain and you put it on something like this right here, it'll wash away instantaneously.
Okay.
There is another chemical for that, for the plastics for the outside, and it does make it hydrophobic.
Okay. Unfortunately, some of my interior painted pieces the paint was stained. Down here in this little water bottle pocket, did we ever determine what the fuck was in there?
Nope, don't have a clue what it was.
Something
most
dark
of it came out.
Something dark brown was smashed flat all over the inside of that.
I'm gonna guess soda.
And how fast did you get that out?
A few minutes.
A few minutes. Was that the same VRP or is it something different?
Oh no, that was a combination of steamer and lightning fast. The same things that I use for odor deodorizer in carpets and seats.
Okay.
Anything porous really. The lightning fast is pretty much the heaviest duty cleaner that I've found that Chemical Guys has, and it really works. like I mentioned earlier, on the T100 floor mat, it made them come completely clean. Like, it was insane. And not even I expected that level of clean.
Wow.
And it came out just so beautiful. So, high regards from that. There are other cleaners that they have that are good, but that is one of the best ones that I've found.
Right on. I forgot how much flake this paint actually has in it. And then you washed it. I'm like, the first day I come out, I'm like, oh man, my car's dusty. And I was like, no, that's flake. I forgot how much flake was in this paint, dude.
Yep. When you use the appropriate car washes, soaps, and the methods to wash a car, the car will thank you with looking its best.
Yeah.
Because you won't have, you won't have the degradation on your clear coat or in your clear coat. I know there's a lot of videos on Facebook and just circulating around. A lot of detailers popping up too. Every season there's more detailers coming in and out of Springfield. And
I've noticed that. Two of the people that quit my shop actually went to work doing detail work. And some of the products I've heard them use, I've heard one of them say, oh, Armor All is best, you can't get anything better than Armor All. I know from personal experience, my first car, Armor All fucked the interior of an '89 Buick that was mint.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will not use Armor All. And Armor All, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash on you, but I just have not had good experience with your products. This seat specifically was stained to hell when Shane started, and look at that. Another thing, it smells amazing in here. I don't have air fresheners. I've never used air fresheners. There's nothing hanging from my mirror. Nothing in my cup holders. No air freshener under the seat. Nothing. I don't use air fresheners. And this thing smells like it's got a brand new air freshener in it. What, it's 4 days later at this point? 3 days later?
4 or 3.
It's 3 or 4 days later and it smells like it was just done. Look at that shit. I'm not a Euro guy, but that's fucking nice. Shane, thanks for coming out. Thanks for doing my car for me. Thanks for the interview.
Hey,
You have any parting words?
No, just, what kind of, I guess. I guess I could say, don't let just anybody touch your car, do your research, and this is something that anybody can do, realistically, if you have the time and the patience to learn what to do and the proper ways to do it. It's not rocket science, but it does take patience and it does take some know-how. The techniques that are used across the world. They're no different between any detailer out there. So really just find somebody that you know and you can trust and stick with them. That's all I can really say. If I had customers that did that, I wouldn't be able to ask for much more.
Yeah. And how do these guys find you?
You guys can find me on Facebook. Just search Shane Davis and look for the green Volkswagen that you see in the shot here. It's typically my profile picture because it's prettier than my face.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.